It was a cold February evening in 2004, and the small town of Haverhill, New Hampshire, was blanketed in snow. The kind of quiet, rural area where everyone knows their neighbors and nothing much ever happens. But on the night of February 9th, everything changed. At around 7:30 p.m., a car veered off the road on a sharp curve, crashing into a snowbank. The driver, a young woman, was seen standing outside the vehicle, seemingly unharmed. Moments later, she vanished into the darkness, leaving behind a mystery that would baffle investigators and haunt the public for decades. Her name was Maura Murray. Maura was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. By all accounts, she was bright, athletic, and full of potential. But in the days leading up to her disappearance, something seemed off. On February 5th, she emailed her professors, saying she would be absent for a week due to a death in the family. No such death had occurred. 2 days later, she packed her car with clothes, toiletries, and school books and left campus without telling anyone where she was going. Her destination? No one knows for sure. The last confirmed sighting of Maura was at an ATM in Amherst, where she withdrew $280, a significant amount for a college student. Surveillance footage shows her calm and composed, giving no indication of distress. From there, she drove north, crossing state lines into New Hampshire. Her journey ended abruptly on that remote road in Haverhill, where her car skidded off the pavement. Witnesses reported seeing a young woman matching Maura's description at the crash site. One neighbor even offered to call the police, but she insisted she had already contacted AAA. By the time authorities arrived, however, Maura was gone. Her car was locked, and inside, investigators found a spilled bottle of red wine, an open box of sleeping pills, and a note she had written to her boyfriend. But there was no sign of Maura herself. The search began immediately. Police dogs tracked her scent for about 100 yards down the road before it abruptly stopped, as if she had been picked up by a vehicle. Helicopters scoured the area and volunteers combed the woods, but no trace of Maura was found. The snow-covered landscape offered no clues, and the freezing temperatures made survival unlikely if she had wandered off on foot. Questions swirled from the start. Why was Maura in New Hampshire? Was she running away from something or someone? Did she have a plan, or was she acting on impulse? And most importantly, what happened to her after the crash? Was she abducted? Did she accept a ride from a stranger? Or did she simply disappear into the wilderness, never to be seen again? The night Maura vanished remains shrouded in mystery, a puzzle with missing pieces that may never be found. But one thing is certain. Her disappearance has left an indelible mark on everyone who has followed her story. As we delve deeper into the events of that fateful night, one question lingers. What really happened to Maura Murray? The disappearance of Maura Murray is a mystery that has sparked countless theories, each more intriguing and sometimes more unsettling than the last. With so few concrete clues, the case has become a canvas for speculation, drawing in amateur sleuths, professional investigators, and true crime enthusiasts alike. What happened to Maura after she vanished on that snowy New Hampshire road? The answers remain elusive, but the theories are as varied as they are compelling. One of the most persistent theories is that Maura fled to start a new life. Supporters of this idea point to her behavior in the days leading up to her disappearance. She withdrew a significant amount of cash, packed her car with personal belongings, and left campus without telling anyone her plans. Could she have been planning an escape from the pressures of her life? Academic stress, relationship troubles, or personal struggles? Some believe she may have hitchhiked to Canada or another remote location, choosing to disappear voluntarily. However, this theory raises questions. Why would she leave behind her family and friends without a word? And if she did start over, how has she remained undetected for nearly 2 decades? Another theory suggests foul play. The area where Maura crashed was remote, but not entirely isolated. Could someone have taken advantage of her vulnerable state? Witnesses reported seeing a man in a red truck near the crash site, and some speculate he may have offered her a ride, with sinister intentions. Others believe Maura may have been targeted by someone she knew, pointing to her troubled relationship with her boyfriend or her father's strained marriage. The possibility of an abduction cannot be ruled out, especially given the abrupt end to the scent trail left by the search dogs. A darker theory involves the idea of a larger criminal network. Some online sleuths have suggested that Maura's disappearance could be linked to human trafficking or organized crime. While there is no direct evidence to support this, the theory persists, fueled by the lack of answers and the eerie circumstances of her vanishing. Could Maura have been lured into a trap, or was she simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Then there are the more outlandish theories. Some have speculated that Maura's disappearance was staged, either by herself or by someone else, as part of an elaborate plan. Others have suggested supernatural explanations, pointing to the remote, almost otherworldly nature of the area where she vanished. While these ideas may seem far-fetched, they highlight the desperation to make sense of a case that defies explanation. Amidst the speculation, one thing is clear. Maura's disappearance has become a cultural phenomenon. Online forums, podcasts, and documentaries have kept her story alive, with armchair detectives analyzing every detail in search of answers. But for all the theories, the truth remains hidden, buried beneath layers of uncertainty and conjecture. As we explore these theories, we are left with more questions than answers. What really happened to Maura Murray? Was it an accident, a crime, or something else entirely? The mystery endures, a haunting reminder of how easily someone can vanish and how difficult it can be to find them. The disappearance of Maura Murray has been the subject of one of the most extensive and frustrating investigations in recent memory. Despite countless hours of searching, interviewing, and analyzing evidence, the case remains unsolved. This chapter examines the investigation's key moments, the challenges faced by law enforcement, and the potential missteps that may have hindered progress. What went wrong? And could the answers still be out there, waiting to be found? The investigation began almost immediately after Maura's car was discovered on the evening of February 9, 2004. Local police, state troopers, and volunteers combed the area around the crash site, searching for any sign of the missing student. Search dogs tracked her scent for about 100 yards down the road before it abruptly stopped, suggesting she may have entered a vehicle. Helicopters with thermal imaging technology scanned the snowy landscape, while teams on foot scoured the dense woods. Despite these efforts, no trace of Maura was found. One of the most significant challenges was the lack of physical evidence. Maura's car was processed for fingerprints and DNA, but nothing conclusive emerged. The items found inside, a spilled bottle of red wine, an open box of sleeping pills, and a note to her boyfriend, offered few clues. The note, in particular, has been a source of speculation. Some believe it contained hints about her state of mind, while others think it was unrelated to her disappearance. Without more context, its significance remains unclear. Another issue was the timeline of events. Witnesses reported seeing Maura at the crash site, but their accounts varied. Some said she appeared calm and composed, while others described her as disoriented or upset. By the time police arrived, she was gone, leaving investigators to piece together what happened in those critical minutes. The delay in launching a full-scale search has been criticized, with some arguing that precious time was lost. The role of the media and public scrutiny also complicated the investigation. Maura's case quickly gained national attention, drawing in amateur sleuths and conspiracy theorists. While their efforts sometimes uncovered new leads, they also created noise that made it harder for law enforcement to focus on credible information. Online forums became breeding grounds for rumors and speculation, some of which targeted innocent individuals. This added pressure may have diverted resources and attention away from more promising avenues. Private investigators and Maura's family have also played a significant role in the search for answers. Over the years, they have pursued leads, conducted their own searches, and kept the case in the public eye. Their dedication has been unwavering, but even their efforts have failed to produce a breakthrough. The lack of progress has led to frustration and tension between the family and law enforcement, with some accusing the authorities of mishandling the case. One of the most puzzling aspects of the investigation is the absence of a clear motive or suspect. Was Maura the victim of a random crime, or was she targeted by someone she knew? The possibility of an abduction cannot be ruled out, but without evidence it remains just one of many theories. Similarly, the idea that she fled voluntarily raises questions about why she would leave behind her family and future. As we examine the investigation, one thing becomes clear. Maura's case is a reminder of how difficult it can be to solve a disappearance with so few clues. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, private investigators, and the public, the truth remains hidden. But the search continues, driven by the hope that one day the pieces of this puzzle will finally come together. Nearly 2 decades after her disappearance, Maura Murray's case continues to captivate the public's imagination. What began as a local mystery has grown into a cultural phenomenon, inspiring documentaries, podcasts, books, and countless online discussions. But beyond the theories and speculation lies a deeper story. One about the enduring impact of Maura's disappearance on her family, the true crime community, and the way we think about missing persons cases. What is it about Maura's story that resonates so deeply, and what does it teach us about justice, perseverance, and the search for truth? For Maura's family, the years since her disappearance have been marked by unimaginable pain and unwavering determination. Her father, Fred Murray, has been a vocal advocate for his daughter, tirelessly pushing for answers and keeping her case in the public eye. Her sister, Julie Murray, has also become a prominent voice, using social media and interviews to share Maura's story and challenge misconceptions. Their efforts have kept the case alive, but they have also come at a cost. The emotional toll of not knowing what happened to Maura is a burden they carry every day. The true crime community has played a significant role in keeping Maura's story in the spotlight. Online forums like Reddit and web sleuths have become hubs for discussion, with amateur detectives analyzing every detail of the case. Podcasts like Missing Maura Murray and documentaries like Disappeared and Oxygen's The Disappearance of Maura Murray have brought her story to a wider audience. While these efforts have raised awareness, they have also sparked debates about the ethics of true crime storytelling. How much attention is too much? And at what point does speculation cross the line into exploitation? Maura's case has also had a lasting impact on how missing persons cases are handled. Her disappearance highlighted the challenges of investigating cases with limited evidence and the importance of acting quickly in the critical early hours. It has spurred conversations about the need for better communication between law enforcement agencies, as well as the role of technology in tracking missing individuals. While progress has been made, Maura's case serves as a reminder of how much work still needs to be done. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of Maura's disappearance is the way it has touched the lives of those who have followed her story. For many, Maura is more than just a missing person. She is a symbol of resilience, hope, and the enduring human desire for answers. Her case has inspired countless people to become advocates for missing persons, to question the narratives they are told, and to never give up on the search for truth. As we reflect on Maura's story, one question lingers. Will we ever know what really happened to her? The answer remains uncertain, but the search for answers continues. Whether through new leads, advances in technology, or the tireless efforts of her family and supporters, there is always hope that one day the mystery will be solved. Maura Murray's disappearance is more than just a true crime story. It is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of community, and the enduring hope that even in the face of uncertainty, the truth can still be found.